Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Babla jasa. Babla jasa. Krishna. What is this? Mic का स्पीकर का गांधी दी చాలా है
इन बिटवीन इट विल नॉट डिस्टर्ब नहीं अभी भोगा ऑफर कर रहे हैं हाँ जरादमा तो कर रहे हैं until भोगा is happening anyway जरादमा will go on
Maybe I can, yeah, make it small.
announcement है
With mic or not mic?
you can do with mic we have
So this one I can take?
yeah, you can pull it yes
Hare Krishna everybody, Hare Krishna, Guruji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for coming and attending the program. It's very blissful. You have already heard Bhagavat Saptah in the past few days, many of you, and some of you are new today, joining you. My voice is not so much loud. It's okay. So, Hari Katha, I think you already know the Anand, the bliss of the Hari Katha. And many of you, most of you also know our classmate, Sri Sudama Prabhuji. His name is Sudama Prabhu, you already know many of you. Some of you might be new here today. And maybe I will just say something. Actually, it's very difficult to introduce a Vaishnava. a elevated Vaishnava, because the Vaishnavas don't like introduction and some glorification, they never like it. But we do it for our purification. When I do introduction, then I'm purifying myself actually, and others who are listening also get purified. And if we want to introduce such a Vaishnava, then it's also the words are not always enough, because they done so much sadhana, so much purity they have, and so much transcendental platform they are. So it's difficult to describe their introduction and give their introduction. But I will do some small words like someone is showing a candle light to some Suryadev.
All glories to Omkareshwar Prabhu. Hari Bol.
All praise to Sudama Prabhu. So yeah, only few words. Actually, his grace Sudama Prabhuji is for a very long time. Actually, he's from previous lives already a bhakta, a devotee of Lord. But now he has come again to help us, all of us, to come on the path of bhakti on this Divya Marg, and he's helping all of us. And I don't have the exact numbers actually, but I will say that since last 15 years we are seeing him very intensively, very sincerely, very dedicatedly working in in Germany, in Cologne region, Düsseldorf, Duisburg, Cologne, and Aachen also. And before that he was already active before us. We came here, and Prabhuji actually is a very dedicated and sincere disciple of His Holiness Kadalvakananda Swami Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada's, following Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Actually, how we know that somebody is a sincere disciple? How we know? What is the criteria? So, the criteria is, as you already know, that one should follow the teachings of the Guru Maharaj, and Guru Parampara. This is the criteria that someone is a sincere disciple. And our Srila Prabhupada has given 4 principles. And actually I have some time now, because I got the opportunity. Ambika want to do Bhoga, and Prabhuji want to sing Jai Radha Madhav that time. So I have some time in between before Ambika comes here. So Prabhupada has given 4 pillars of devotional service for our movement. And the 4 pillars, one of them is purity is the force. Prabhupada said purity is the force. And Prabhuji is following this purity is the force. Because we can see without purity it is not possible to do such a sadhana, to take care of so many families, and without purity it is very difficult to become an ideal grasta. The word ideal looks very small. Yeah, we always say this, he is ideal, but ideal is a very great word, and we should use this word only for some people only, and he is one of them, that he is the ideal grasta. And this quality of the ideal grasta, actually we can see also not only that he is speaking a nice Bhagavatam and he is doing nice preaching, or he is doing seva in the temple and devotees. We can also see in his family that how the children are raised. And Sri Vibhav, Vijendra Nandan Prabhuji and Sri Vibhu and Sri Vibhav both are very special children. They are, भगवान जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि सहस्त्रों में एक कोई होगा जो मेरा भक्त बनेगा. तो ही इज वन ऑफ द सहस्त्राज, these 2 children. And हमारे बच्चों उनसे सीख रहे हैं. They always learn. They are the benchmark for our community, and not only for our community. We already know so many devotees in India, everywhere. We never see such children at this young age, that they are so elevated, so sincere, so dedicated. And I don't have words actually. I will never have words for them. So this is how his purity is reflecting. And second thing was, Srila Prabhupada was already insisting that books are the basis. And when we say books are the basis, who is better knower of Shastras than... Okay. So I don't want to hide Prabhupada. So actually Prabhupada says books are the basis. So हम लोग भी books पढ़ते हैं actually. I also read books, but I read them. And Prabhuji study them. This is a difference. There is a difference between reading and studying. And Prabhuji not only study them, Prabhuji also study them scrutinizingly. This is a very important word. Scrutinizingly studying the Shastra in a very systematic way. And not only studying them just to gain the jnana, but also gain the vijnana. How to make an anubhuti, how to make a realization. हम लोग जो पढ़ते हैं, मैं जो पढ़ता हूँ बुक्स अपना पर्सनली, मैं केवल ज्ञान के लिए पढ़ता हूँ कि बहुत सारा ज्ञान हो जाएगा, बहुत सारा श्लोका जान जाएंगे. But Prabhuji is studying them scrutinizingly by putting them into their life, that how to apply the Shastra in the life and how we can make benefit to the others. This is the realization, not only Gyan but Vigyan. So this aspect also Prabhuji is following his Guru Maharaj. Then what Prabhupada says, utility is the principle. So everything we should see the utility, and when we see their life, yeah, so they make an optimum utilization of the resources. They don't go for all luxurious things and always basic level and very optimum. Yat kinchat jagatyam jagat. Yeah, this is Isavasya principle, na, that we have to utilize those things which are set aside as our quota and what is required only for us, and not using everything and making a bhoga. Not for bhoga is only for Lord. Lord can do bhoga, but we have to use them in the service of the Lord. And when we see the house of the Prabhuji, his house is Jagannath Puri, Gudicha Dham. So this is how we should use the resources. Everything. He started this movement, this preaching movement with only Skype. Skype, and that was cost and loss version. There was no cost for the Skype, and he made it best use of the technology without any expensive cost, and he made so many bhaktas, devotees out of it. And in everything of his life, he is using this very simple things he is using, and then he is making very big service of the Lord, like the Bharat Maharaj is doing with Patram Puspam na, in the vana, in the ashram. So, and the last, what is the last one? Anybody can tell me the last principle of Srila Prabhupada? So one is the purity is the force, teaching is essence, utility is the principle, and the last one is very important, distribution.
First.
Prasad is already part of that, of course, but teaching is the essence. Teaching is the essence. So, what to say? So many laughing, smiling, bright faces are here because of the preaching of Prabhuji. That he has, before that we remember when Prabhuji started these classes and he was following up personally with all of us in a personal way.
टेबल लगा दो नहीं या तो घर का सीक्रेट मत खोलो. You first remove this. You remove this. Close it.
So preaching is the essence, and preaching is, Prabhupada says, it is very important for us because हमने जो ज्ञान लिया है, whatever we have learned, we have to also share with others so that others can get benefit. In Bhagavad Gita 18.68 sloka, 18 chapter 68 sloka, Bhagavan Krishna says, those who distribute my knowledge, my gyan to the others, to the other devotees, they are my priya. They are my most lovely, the most, priya, all of no priya. So, Prabhuji भी वही कर रहे हैं. Prabhuji is distributing the love of Godhead, love of Krishna, love of Prabhupada, love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone.
Yes.
And what I would like to say, that whatever Prabhuji is doing all these things, actually I want to say a small thing. Once we hear on the Radha Ashtami, we were hearing the lecture of Srila Prabhupada, and it was, I think, 45 minutes lecture or 1 hour lecture around. So we were going to Radha Desh temple, and on the way we started the Katha of Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was talking, giving a Radha Ashtami lecture, and in the Radha Ashtami lecture, Prabhupada was saying, Krishna is this, Krishna is that, Krishna is all famous, Krishna is all powerful, Krishna is all attractive, and then Prabhupada was giving example, and this Mahavishnu is just a fraction of Krishna, as in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. So, Mahavishnu is just a fraction of Krishna, and from the Mahavishnu, all the universes are coming from his one breathe in and breathe out. All millions and millions, billions, Anant Koti, and then Prabhupada was just glorifying Krishna. Through the whole journey, we were saying, oh, Prabhupada has forget, today is the Radha Ashtami, but Prabhupada is just glorifying Krishna. Prabhupada is not talking about Radha Rani, because today is the Radha Ashtami, so Prabhupada should glorify Radha Rani, but he was glorifying only Krishna. And when the last of the lecture comes, at the end of the lecture, what Prabhupada did, we were confused. Is it Radha Ashtami lecture or the Janmashtami lecture? But at the end of the Radha Ashtami lecture, Prabhupada says, you know who is Krishna? Krishna, Prabhupada already described. And the, Prabhupada says, you know who is Radha Rani? Then we say, now Prabhupada has come to Radha Rani. Radha Rani is Swamini of Krishna. Radha Rani is the boss of Krishna. Krishna is always want to serve Radha Rani. He always want to have the lotus feet of Radharani and put in the heart. So she is the boss chef. Radha tu meri swamini, मैं राधे को दास, जन्म जन्म मोह दीजिए यहीं वृंदावन वास. So Radharani is the boss. Similarly, Her Grace Rupa Mataji is the boss of Prabhuji in the devotional service. So whatever she is doing, preaching is the essence, books are the basis, purity is the force, and what more? Utility is the principle. Whatever he is applying in his life, whatever he is giving to us, there is a force behind him, and the force is Her Grace Rupa Manjari Mataji. So for their family, we have to do 5 times Harinam with full Hari Bol, with full heart, with full devotion, so that they can get more strength.
Let's
and
do
they
for
can distribute the strength to us.
Let's do for everyone.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय।
इस देश सुदामा प्रभु की जय। हर देश सुपा मंत्री माता जी की जय। Thank you very much. Really sorry if I made mistakes. I made so many mistakes and it was all spontaneously coming because I got some time. Bhoga was not ready.
Whatever you said about me is mistake. Can we have stand here?
Yes.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. Come quickly then. Who will play mridanga? If it's too loud, we turn this side speaker. No, they need this side also little. श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, 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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी,
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुञ्ज विहारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुञ्ज विहारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुञ्ज विहारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय कुञ्ज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Bolo Bolo Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Again Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare बोलो जोर से हरे राम 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्री राधा माधव जी की श्री परम करुण गौर निताय की श्री लड्डू गोपाल की समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामा कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मधुर धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, गौरादेश धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, भक्ति देव तुलसी महारानी की, समावेद भक्त वृंद की, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritcham Naranchayam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamsya Navam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pachyata Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. There is a nice, very important verse that reminds me when Omkareshwar Prabhu was introducing the Bhagavat. I think he is only in that mood which is called Atmavan Manyate Jagat. It means everyone is seeing from his eyes how the world is. So because of his greatness, he was able to elaborately tell so many things that I am eagerly waiting, maybe by the blessings of you all, one day, at least a fraction of it, if it manifests, I'll be very indebted to you all. And I would like to welcome to the fourth day of Bhagavat Saptah on this. While we were driving here, we were saying that we are exactly in the middle of the Bhagavat Saptah. 3 days are over and 3 days are left. How many of us are excited? See, it's nice. Kids are also excited. It is the story of Bharat Maharaj. It is the story of the king on whose name Bharat Varsh came. It is the story of Mahabhagavat. As Sukadev Goswami starts narrating to Parikshit Maharaj about Jada Bharat pastime, starting already saying that he is a Mahabhagavat. If he is already Mahabhagavat, it is so nice to understand his mood. It is nice to understand how he had perfected his life. And Sukadev Goswami has very nicely explained in a prose form. If you see the text, the verses, it's all not like a very nice poetic with proper like 4 line or you will see as if like a prose. So that it's very, very easy for us. If we have little assets of, it could be any language rooting from Sanskrit. If we read through it, we can correlate, we can understand. And then I want to take this opportunity also to thank Omkareshwar Prabhu and his family for hosting us here. Thank you very much, Prabhu. It is nice to have Bhagavat Saptah where it's so nicely hosted, where we have the darshan of Param Karuna Gaur Nitai, and we'll also have a very nice feast, and it's only in the middle is something I'll try to fill in. We know that the taste of something enhances when we wait, so I'll keep you waiting for some time. To start with, I'm a fan of recap, so it will take, I have prepared myself so that it will be short and sweet. So we are talking about Jada Bharat, the king who has left everything, his family, children, kingdom, all riches, and wanted to stay alone himself in Pulaha ashram along the Gandaki river, so that he wanted to absorb himself in devotional service. This shows already the signs of a devotee. A devotee is always eager, he is always eager to extend his services to the Lord. Srila Prabhupada says, we may find that Pulaha ashram is very far. We don't even know how far it is. Even if we go there, it's difficult. But what we know is Prabhupada is saying, we don't have to really go there. We can just stay here and do what Bharat Maharaj did in the ashram. Yesterday we were talking about imitating or following. So when we talk about following, it means to see, what kind of devotion did Bharat Maharaj do? What did he do? He used to take early morning bath in the holy river. We may ask, where is a holy river here? We can make a pot of water into Ganges. Alexei Prabhu, we don't have to go to Ganges. We can get it, make it here. And then, what did Bharat Maharaj do? He took some tulsi leaves, he took flowers, mixed his devotion into it, and then offered it to the Lord. Isn't it possible also in Germany? So, if we understand the life of Bharat Maharaj, we know that yes, we can do. But immediately what we understand, Bharat Maharaj, what he did was, he went to a lonely place. Do we want to do that? We have to be careful. Why? We can see the life of Bharat Maharaj that because he was alone, it's very, very risky. If someone have lot of strength, who has already attained such a great stage of, what is that? Ashta Satvik Vikar, which means he's having lot of spiritual strength, and he slipped from the track. And what to talk about us? How much bhakti are we doing? And how much quality of bhakti we are giving? So we see that the amount of bhakti that we are offering is already not so appreciative. At least I am saying about myself. So that's why I am very happy that I am in your satsang. Because in Sangatya, what happens when we are in association? We get opportunity to push ourselves. Otherwise, who will get up early morning? Otherwise, who will cook? Otherwise, who will come? Who will hear? Who will do kirtan? Oh, there is an occasion, there is a celebration, there is a festival that is happening. How? When we have a satsang. So, when Srila Prabhupada is saying that we should take up to the process, we should be very careful that we take the process which we can do, plus we should also see how we can maintain it. And this is what, if you see in the life of Bharat Maharaj, what happened is that he got attached. And even Krishna says that one should get attached, but not to the material things, but to him. And very important is that remember me when you leave the world. When you leave the body, remember me. Yesterday we were struggling that. What is that? Anta kalecha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram yah prayati samad bhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. Which means it's very important for us that if we want to be successful, we are preparing ourselves for that last time, last moment. And we were also talking about traps. Yeah. In the case of Bharat Maharaj, he had attachment. That attachment was not spiritual. If we would have attachment to Krishna, there is no harm. Because Krishna is eternal. Krishna is always there. But if we have attachment to things, or in this case we had, Bharat Maharaj had attachment to deer. One may say, hey, deer is a soul, right? Eternal soul. He is also Jiva. Or one may think, yesterday we were also discussing like, okay, did Bharat Maharaj, when he became deer, did he go and meet his deer? Bharat Maharaj was concerned about its material well-being, not spiritual well-being. That shows to what he was attached, isn't it? That's what we were going in the day one, right? Day one was perfect day. In our life, today is a perfect day. How can we make tomorrow perfect? Day after tomorrow perfect. And afterwards perfect. That we are careful with deers around us. There are so many traps. So we have to be very careful when we are navigating through this world. First we need to know goal of life, and we should also know what? Pitfalls. We should also know how carefully where we should walk. It's not that everywhere we are going very, very slowly, then we don't reach the goal. We have to go very fast where it is safe, and we should be careful when we navigate the, what do you call this, detours? Or and then we can actually attain success. But somehow what happened is, Bharat Maharaj, he didn't know what he was doing. He was thinking out of compassion. He got attachment. Compassion should be for what? Compassion should be for caring. right? We can't say compassion is for loving, right? Anyone here saying compassion is for loving? They'll say, we don't want your daya, right? I want love. I don't want your pity or mercy or your compassion. I want your love. So it doesn't go. But what happened here? Bharat Maharaj, he started loving the deer so much that he was very much concerned. He was affectionate and he was always caring for the well-being of this deer. And then eventually what happened was he got getting weaker and weaker. This is very, very important. All of us are struggling to become devotees. Yeah? If someone is not, can raise hands. But who is struggling in bhakti? Why? It's because we have so much attachment to material things. When we have so much attachment to so many things, what to do? In the case of Jada Bharat, he had this one attachment with the deer. Even if he had attachment, but if he could continue his sadhana, it would have been so not so bad. But usually what we do is when we come up to take a decision, a priority call, what will you do? You want austerity or comfort? Comfort. Very honest, I wouldn't accept it. I would say austerity. After 2 days, I'll say, okay, comfort thoda de do. Little comfort is okay. After some time, thoda or a comfort is not enough. And afterwards, what happened? Austerity, I don't know what is that. I only know one option. What is that option? Comfort. That's why people don't even go into these places where there is no comfort at all. Right? At least if someone is coming from ground level, then he knows, okay, difficulties are there, difficulties how to handle. But slowly what happens is that we eventually get so much comforted that we don't want to go into the difficulties, austerity. Jada Bharat Maharaj, what happened in this case? He was saying, first priority is to take care of this little deer. And out of that care, what happened? He fell down. He fell down so much that his love became a lost love. And also a last love, but lost love. Why? Because this deer left. He understood, yeah? That is the next part. So, when the deer left, he was just out of separation. Hey, where is my deer? Did some animal eat? Or why did it go? Was it not satisfied with me? Doesn't it have faith in me? Oh, I am so unfortunate being. I think the sun is so merciful on everyone, but the sun is not merciful on me. S-U-N, not S-O-N. So thinking so many and making himself, I am such a hopeless guy, and hopeless. And people, when they get this mentally disturbed, right, eventually the strength, they become more weak. Out of the worry of the deer, he became more weak and weak and weak, and then finally he was literally on the deathbed. And this deer, swinging its tail, happily came back, because some say that, I mean, not about this example, in general, some say that there is always a soul to soul connection. Yeah? Don't ask me how, but there is always this soul to soul connection where the mother knows if the child is going through some difficulty, because they are so much connected. Not always, but sometimes they are so much, they can see exactly what is happening, or they can feel what is happening. So similarly, maybe the deer had this, hey, my father, he's, I think, not well. It came and it saw this, and it was also distressed. And then finally, Jada Bharat was seeing into the deer, and then finally left the world. I think this we discussed already. This was day 2. Day 2 we also discussed finally that, but the Lord is so merciful that He gave the opportunity to Jada Bharat to become what? To become a deer. You want to say something? So, In the form of deer, this time he was very, very careful because the Lord blessed him with also memory of what happened. And this is very important. We don't have to wait for next life. Huh? We don't have to wait for next life and see, Bhagwan, mujhe bhi gyan do. I can remember everything what happened. No, we remember what mistakes we did in the past, right? No, you didn't do any mistakes? Too many, too hard to remember. And then what we should do is we have to rectify them. Right? If we want to improve, what we should do, we should not make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Jada Bharat, devotee, Vaishnav, Bhagavat, Mahabhagavat, he made a mistake. So mistakes can happen or will happen. What we have to do is we have to take a rectification steps. We have to rectify it. Otherwise, what will happen is we will do a bigger mistake, right? A small mistake, if we neglect, what will happen? Oh, yeah, come on, this is not so big. What will happen? A bigger mistake. So Jada Bharat, he understood that, hey, I was almost close. I really I have such a nice opportunity to make life successful. Now he made a mistake. He rectified it. And how did he rectify? How do we rectify when we make a mistake? Not repeating.
Trying to not repeat it.
Trying to not repeat it. Okay.
You take guidance.
Taking guidance.
Exercising caution.
Exercising caution. All these are fine, but we have to put in action. Not doing is not the goal. If you don't make mistake, that is fine, but actually we have to do something, right? We have to actually do right thing, not just avoid doing wrong thing. Rectification means that I am doing something. I made a mistake. I need to correct and proceed.
You told a very important point that first we have to recognize that we made the mistake.
Yes.
Most of the times we don't recognize. We always say, no, it's not a mistake. My circumstances were like this. So I was mistake. So we try to justify ourselves.
Yes.
This is the main problem.
Yeah. That itself is a mistake. Yes. Please.
But do mistakes happen without the will of the God? No. Because some says that.
Are you saying Lord's mistake or your mistake?
No. Do mistakes happen without the will of the Lord? Like some says that even the grass do not move without the will of the Lord. So if mistakes are happening, is it not the will of the Lord?
No. It is only that he is permitting. Just a father is there, a child is there. A child wants very desperately chocolate. After all, the father has to buy the chocolate, right? If he is buying, does it mean that he is willing to give the chocolate?
No.
No, right? So the will is different and permitting is different. No, there is shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Upadrashta anumantascha. He is the one who is witnessing inside our heart what are we asking. Are we asking chocolate or whatever? That is one thing already there. So he knows our will.
But is it not the illusion or the Maya which is also the part of what the Lord is? Because He gave that illusion to us, because of that we are doing that mistake, right?
Okay. I'm just thinking if it comes during today's class, it will heavily come, so we will cover that later. Yeah. There is a very likelihood that we will cover this and add more questions to your question. I know, Sriman is here. So we are still recapping. That's why Ram Raghav Prabhu is scratching. When will it stop? We are still in day 2. 3 is very near. So, Bharat Maharaj, he very well knew now what mistake he made. A normal person, when he makes a mistake, he will avoid only to avoid that mistake, right? But when someone is expert, he will make sure that he will not take any chance doing any mistake. Right? If a person is intelligent, he can think, okay, this can also be possible. You know, when someone is doing a project management, we know, hey, this something happened. Next time, he's not just only thinking about this problem. Anyway, now we know this we have to handle. Will he again do something so that something else will happen? No. Now he is more careful that he knows there is a deadline. I have to go live. Now let me check, are there something else I have to avoid so that I will not make any mistake? Right? So that's what Bharat Maharaj is doing. Bharat Maharaj is doing what? He is not at all giving any chance for any mistake. Why to take risk? If you do mistake, we are taking risk. How many of us don't want to take risk at all in life? Some business people will say, let me take risk. Let me take a calculated risk just to feel comfortable. Padam padam vipadam. Every step is a risk. So should we walk or not? That is the reason we should know what is the path we have to walk, what is the path we should not go. When we know it, there is no risk. Right? When we know that living simple life with no other hi-fi lifestyles will save me, we'll go through that path. But when we don't know what we do, we'll just think, let me take some risk. Just like we know this rat, right? The rat in the village and the rat in the city. The rat in the city is saying, hey, you know what? My master gives me a lot of food. All kinds of food on the table. Just a buffet is there of all kinds of foods. And this village rat said, oh, is it so nice? And then it called, hey, I will show you, come. It took his friend to that house. And when early morning, everything is arranged, cheese was there, bread was there, everything is there. And then when the rat came, this rat was about to eat, then all of a sudden there was a big bang on the table. And then both the mouse ran into the hole. And then this mouse asked, what is this? He said, yeah, this was the master who is protecting the table. I didn't say you one thing. One thing is that you have to be little careful. If you are little careful, then you can enjoy everything. He said, I don't want this care, I don't want to risk. I'll go village, whatever, even if it is not fallacious, simple, whatever someone has thrown, whatever has fallen, by the Lord arrangement, whatever is there, let me enjoy. So, Bharat Maharaj was very careful, and then he had a very short life. Rishabh Prabhu, sorry. The life was very short of the deer. But he was very, very careful. The Lord has arranged a very short life in the form of deer because Anta Kalecha Mameva. What at the time we die, when we remember, that is what we get. To show that we have to be careful what we remember at the time of death. So Jada Bharat, he went back to the same Pula ashram. Yesterday someone was asking, did he see his baby deer? Who asked it? Who asked? Rishabh Prabhu, I know it was you. Ram Raga Prabhu, you wanted to know why he went? Did he find the deer or what?
Did he meet the deer when he went back to the Pulashram?
No. That is not there. But at least he went back. The question may come, why did he go back? After all, why did he go to the same place? Usually where we fail, we don't go there, right? But Bharat Maharaj very well know this Pulaha ashram. Pulaha ashram is very auspicious. He knows that the Gandaki river is very auspicious. And not only that, when he was not affected by the love for the deer, he was already affected by the good association of sadhus who were there. So he knows the power of those sadhus who were there. So he was thinking, if I just go there as a deer also, just by the vibration, just by the environment, if I am in that ashram, I get the opportunity to see the sadhus who are coming and going. That's why it's very, very important. Lavamatra sadha sangha sarva siddhi hoye. Even if we, sometimes we may think, okay, when we see some what do you call this, information, that so and so Swami is coming, so and so Sadhu is there, what we should do? We should take the opportunity. I'm sure all of us are very, very busy. Nevertheless, what is very important, what makes our life successful is even the small moments of association with them can change our life for all good. So, Bharat Maharaj in the form of deer, he went there, he was very silent, not at all acting like tempting or being part of wildlife. Was just in an ashram, very silent, was taking bath in the river, and then again always remembering Krishna, 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 and then finally left the world. And the Lord's favor is that it continued in the next life, that he could still remember. The Lord has, as I said, being Bharat Maharaj is a great devotee. Next life he was a son of a Brahman. And as son of a Brahman, he was hiding his identity very, very carefully. Of course, even if he tells that, hey, I am so and so devotee, no one would care, right? The way that he was behaving in the Avadhuta stage. What happened was that he wanted to avoid association with anyone, with family members, with friends, no one, because he saw how costly it is to get distracted. One distraction in the form of deer was enough for him. So this time he was very careful, and then he made himself that he is very dull, dumb, deaf, or as if like, hey, why is he not responding? Why is he behaving like this? And then the father, though he did the Upanayana Sanskar, but Jada Bharat, he didn't do this Gayatri. Usually we say, right, it's very powerful. If we do, then we become very pure, and when we become very pure, we go elevate. He's already above than that. This Vaidhi Vidhi is for whom? Regulations are for whom? Who needs to purify. But Bharat Maharaj is already, when he was in the deer form, he was always purifying himself by taking shower in, taking bath, and that way he is pure. And he is so high. He already was in what? Kshatriya life as King Bharat. He did all these things anyway. Did they save? No. What saves is the name of the Lord. We may think, okay, Brahman should have a sacred thread, should use the sacred thread. Yes, this is only helping. But very important is that taking the name of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For that matter, one need not even take second initiation. No Upanayan Sanskar, need not be Brahman. He can be anyone. And then, after his father left, when the stepbrothers were taking care of him, they were providing some food which was not so great. He was just not so interested. He was not interested in happiness, distress, and all those things. What he was interested was more only focusing upon the Lord. And he was just waiting for the time. Usually, we can of course pray that, oh, now I am full conscious of the Lord. May Lord take me now. Maybe there is this Kulashekar, na? He says. Someone, Omkareshwar Prabhu, you know this? I think Kulashekar, right? He says, now when I am in full consciousness that I can remember the Lord, may Lord you please take me now. There is no guarantee when I become old, I can remember you. We can pray this, but we can't commit suicide. Because now I have full consciousness. When we have full consciousness at the time of suicide, what will we concentrate? And then Bharat Maharaj was, or Jada Bharat now, is in the hands of dacoits who wanted to kill him. They brought him, they wanted to kill him, but still Jada Bharat, he was not so much worried. Yeah, because anyway he is waiting, right? Huh? For him, he was not seeing anything. If someone is coming and killing, he was just saying, okay, this is the plan of the Lord. If someone is tying him, he is thinking, hey, this is the plan of the Lord. He just surrendered, then they tied a rope to him. For him, he was not so worried because he is already always thinking and remembering the Lord, which means at any moment anything can happen, doesn't matter, right? As long as the flow is there, for him, devotional flow, for him it was not worrying. So, but then, for the devotee it doesn't matter, but for the Lord it matters. Because the Lord has said that, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. When someone is always remembering me, Yoga Kshemam, Vahamyaham, I am going to take care of him. And that's what we discussed yesterday, right? Then Kali, Mother Kali, she came out of that idol where they wanted to kill him, Bali. He came out of it, and then she came out of it and then cut the heads of all those dacoits and rogues and thieves, and then relieved Bharat Maharaj, Jada Bharat.
One small confusion. When the Bharat Maharaj took birth again, you said he already knows who he is.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Lord give him the liberation then and there? What Lord was extremely waiting for her? Why Lord wanted to go Bharat to go through all these situations to finally get the liberation?
Yeah, good question. So still, yeah, as long as you are alive, you may commit some good or bad. Because there is now zero account, so you can't say, Lord, take me now. Yeah? You have your own duration of life. And how can Lord interfere in that?
But he is the Lord, right? He can take it at any moment.
He can, but why should he take? Unless Bharat Maharaj is saying, hey, I am fed up with this life, take me. Did he say? Because he is valuing our free will. He is always valuing our free will, that even if we ask something wrong, he is saying, as I was giving example of chocolate, right? So he is saying, okay, what to do? He can change it, but he doesn't want to interfere with free will.
But he was already silent, right? He already knows this is all Maya and this
Yes,
is
yes. Yeah. We come to a second reason why he did this. Yeah. I think that is the main topic of the day also. So that was a recap. Still, we could go more deep. 7 days of recap can happen, but I'll stop here. We'll get into today. So when Jada Bharat was free from the dacoits, Jada Bharat was free, and then I think, now the interesting part starts. He was free from his stepbrothers, he was free from these dacoits. Now he is fully free. What will happen when we are so free? Sarika Mataji, when you are so free, what will happen? You don't know what, right? Anyone? Omkareshwar Prabhu, you are very free. What will happen? You want to say?
either it might lead to more mistakes.
Can lead to more mistakes. Okay. You do nothing and you will be happy. Saroj Prabhu?
The old samskar will come to be like what I have done. So the main Sanoj will come in the
Okay.
yes.
Okay, that's also possible.
I won't have any stress. I won't have any stress.
You won't have any stress. Okay. You?
Might lose my direction.
You may lose your direction. When you are not doing anything, someone will put you in something. Right? Just imagine this Alexei Prabhu is free, he is walking. Hey, can you please bring the books? Right? If someone is so free, everyone thinks that, hey, he is my servant. No? No, you didn't have this experience? Very badly, right? No, you didn't have this experience? When we are free, we think that, oh, others will think that we are their servants, or at least, oh, we should help them. They'll call you. And then what happened was, there was a king called Rahugana. Rahugana Maharaj. He was being taken from Sindh, Rashtra, to the place where Kapila Muni was living. So that this king was so much keen to get this tattva gyan, and he was on his way from his place to Kapila Ashram. On the way, what happened is very interesting. In those days, he was being carried in a palanquin. A palanquin needs how many people to hold? 4 people. After some time, if we look in the old Indian map, you will see where is Sindh and Saurashtra. It is on the most of the west side. Sauvira and Sindh are on the other side of actually Indus. That's why this is called what? India, which is on this side. That is what? Sindh. So from there he was being brought to Kapil Ashram. Then how long people will carry? They were tired. One guy said, hey, I quit my job. So somehow he left. And then they wanted a 4th person. They can't just carry with 3 people. And they found this, hey, this guy is very nicely built, very strong, very firm, very stout. मिल गया लगा देंगे. They were thinking they got what? Free bakra. This business was going that time also. So then he was asked, hey, come and join the party. So we need someone. And for Rahugana, for Bharat, Jada Bharat, he was okay. Maybe the Lord wants me to do this. He has some plan. He is putting me in this. Let me get on. And then Jad Bharat was the 4th man. And then they were going. When they were walking, what happened? After some time, the king was very angry. Why? Because the palanquin was not so smooth like before. Just imagine if your car is very smoothly going, no problem. Just imagine if your car is jerking. Or if your car, though you put full gas, it is just going 10. You're getting disturbed, right? So this king was very disturbed to see what is happening. Then we also can understand that the people who carry the palanquin, the 4 people should be of same height. But this guy was very tall. They were thinking he will bend and carry. He was bending, but actually he was very keen, very, very careful not to stamp on ants. There he was walking. So he was just seeing 3 foot ahead of him to see whether there is any ants. If it is there, he was just moving. But what about the other 3? They didn't care. For them, they were not interested. For them, they were only keen of what? First go, take some rest, eat food, that's it. But Bharat Maharaj being Mahabhagavat, Bharat Maharaj being devotee, his compassion was now for ants. But now he is very careful. He knows what compassion can kill. No, it was not like deers. He was making sure that this time he is not taking the ants, putting in his pocket, taking home and taking care of it. No. Now he very well knows that just let me save it and go on. But in this business, what was happening? This palanquin was moving, and because of this movement, what was happening? The king was disturbed, and the king, being a Kshatriya, he was not showing his anger. If someone is angry, huh? Yeah, we get upset, right? So many things happen in our life, we become very angry. But immediately, there are some people who are very intelligent, intellectual, they are very careful. No, if I do this, then who will? Just imagine if you are very angry on those 4 people who are carrying, if they go, he knows what will happen. Huh? So he was very careful. And this is also, we have to understand, I don't know if I have battery, but.
So that King Babaji was a small king or a giant?
He was a good king.
Like on no
Rahu,
level king. Right?
yeah. No, it's okay. I have it. I can survive for half class. I have the charger. I need the power supply. Okay. So, yeah, it's not so urgent. We can arrange. It's in the bag. Ram Raghava, in my bag. Yeah. So, whatever was happening, Bharat Maharaj was taking everything as what? The will of Lord. Sukadev Goswami is using a word called Daivena, and I think yesterday we were saying that Daivena was translated to what? Chance. Nothing happens by accident, but everything happens by a chance. And this chance have different names. One is Daivena, by the will of the Lord, and one is by Vidhi, by providence. As you were asking, okay, why the Lord may not interfere? He can interfere if he wants, but he will interfere only if he wants. That is his will. Otherwise, there is providence. What is that? Karma, cycle of karma, or dharma chakra. We know this, right? There is a wheel of dharma, and everything is going. If someone had seen this Mahabharat from, who is that? Not Sagar, Chopra. B.R. Chopra. मैं समय हूँ. That time, that wheel is going round and round. That is also what we call chance. But nothing happens by accident. Why? Because Lord has made everything perfect. Even in the world which is now where we are living, this is also perfect creation of the Lord. What is its nature? Temporariness. Dukkham ashashvatam. So, Sukadeva Goswami is saying by Daivena, by the will of the Lord, by chance here, what happened is that these people were carrying, asked him to carry, and he was taking, and then the king was disturbed. Why? Because even when he was doing what he was doing, he was very careful to take care of the ants. And what at the same time he was doing? There is someone I saw here, Alexei Prabhu, like Alexei Prabhu, he is doing multitasking. He was doing always remembering the Lord, and at the same time he was taking care that the ants are not killed. It's possible, We have to learn from him how to do it. So, great devotees do exclusive devotion. Exclusive means 100% on that, nothing else. And some devotees like us, what we may do is, we may do exceptional devotion. Exclusive means only Krishna, full focus, no deviation. Exception means only when need comes. When I want a good car, when I want a good wife, when I want good kids, when I want good job, or when life becomes upside down, that hey, I have tried that, I have tried this, nothing works. Okay, let me try also some bhakti. In that case, the Lord we may not have guarantee that Lord will come. Lord will come at least when we are exclusively doing bhakti. Ananyas chintayantam. Ananya means what? Eternal, always. Chintayantam, thinking about me. When one is fully always thinking about the Lord and doing, then the Lord is assuring that I will take care of his, what he lacks, I will carry. No. What is that? I will supply what he lacks, I will carry what he has. So the Lord is giving that promise to whom? Not for exceptional devotees. We may think exceptional means wow, great. No, exceptional means exceptionally doing, not routine. Bhakti is not routine. Bhakti is only except when when everything is peaceful. When there is no problem in my life, then I will do bhakti. When I have problem, I will do problem bhakti. Always thinking about problem. And then here in this case, when Bharat Maharaj was carrying and he was not handling and everything, we have to understand that Bharat Maharaj never had training to carry a palanquin, isn't it? Did he have training? He would have given training to his palanquin who were carrying him when he was king. He was a king, then he was carried. He was not having any training then. And not only that, did these guys, the three guys, did they show how to carry? They were thinking, hey, it's normal, right? Just lift and carry. For them, maybe it's so easy. But when we add someone new, it is very important that we also give some training, right? Oh, what you should do. Show him for some time. Did he understand? Check for some time. Shadowing, back shadowing, reverse shadowing, so many kind of terminologies are there to make sure that a person is well trained. Bharat didn't get that training. He was just put in job for free. He doesn't know how to carry a palanquin, but he knows how to carry a deer. We know well, right? In his previous life, he was carrying the deer on his shoulder. He was carrying deer on his stomach when he was sleeping. Now he knows he should not do that. It's very dangerous. He was very careful. And then, while doing all this carrying, what he was doing, he was making sure that he was not stamping on any ant. And Srila Prabhupada is saying that this is very important. I think you were asking, right? Why not at that moment? What is that chance that tomorrow you will not stamp an ant? You are not sure. The Lord knows that. He knows very sure what can happen. So Srila Prabhupada writes very important point here, that one should be very, very careful that we should not cause any violence. And when we say violence, it means violence also not only to humans but also to animals. A devotee is very compassionate. A devotee is very careful not to kill. Why? What will happen if he kills?
The karma attaches.
We want to get rid of things, but what is happening? We are adding more. So until that last day when we live, we have to, that is the equation. What did we do, not do, and all these things are calculated.
Is it by any chance that he might be seeing the Lord within the ant also?
Of course, yeah. Because he's not seeing this as a matter. Yeah. For him, he is seeing this as a soul. And he was making sure that he is careful with it. Yeah. And then Srila Prabhupada is saying that if at all we do it, what will happen? We are just extending our life. Yeah. Whatever the cycle, what we are going. He's right, simply places an impediment in the path of completing his term of imprisonment. We are in this world because we have done some mistakes, and now we are here doing some rectification, reformation process. But what is happening in this business? If we commit again sin, just imagine, Adirasa Prabhu, he is put in jail for 7 years. Don't ask me why. For 7 years. Just one day before, when his 7 years is over, he will slap the jailer. What will the jailer do?
Put another son.
Put him again 7 years. He will hit you on, you are the jailer. Because he didn't like the jailer, what to do? He is always putting more rules and regulations, very strict. And what will happen because of that? He can't go home Chitramali Mataji, she is waiting. 7 more years. Oh man. Huh? Krishna is waiting, right? Huh? We are thinking, no, Krishna is not waiting. He is only taking care of people who are there. No, he is waiting for us. And what we are doing? We are taking casual bhakti, japa. I'll do tomorrow. What is harm? What will happen tomorrow if I do japa? Why only today? We have to understand Krishna is waiting. So why tomorrow? We think no, Krishna is not so great. Let him wait. Krishna is very eager. He is waiting for our love and affection, our care, our service. And we are just delaying. So Jada Bharat, he was very careful not to do it. And then this, when King Rahugan was saying, hey, what is this happening? What is happening? And then the carriers were very scared because they know their king very well. No? Jada Bharat just first day job. But his carriers very well know when he just says something, his next action would be just to attack or harm. So the carriers were very scared, and then to avoid punishment, what they told is, no, my lord, it is not our mistake. It is this guy who joined, it is his mistake. Omkareshwar Prabhu, you were saying, when we do mistakes, what we do? We justify. And sometimes this justification goes so much that we throw the fault on others. If you didn't move, I would have taken nice photo. Because you are moving, the photo messed up. And people will say, yes. No, you didn't even move. You didn't move. So, what happened is that these carriers who were saying, right, hey, no, Lord, oh my king, it's not our mistake, it is the mistake of this new person. We have to understand very nicely that when someone is in the mood of a Shudra, now again comes very technical word, Shudra, means one who is not intelligent. One may not say Shudra means a labor and Shudra means very low class. No, we can understand Shudra means one who is not so intelligent. Very simple. In society it's there, right? It's not like in Germany there is no Varnashram system. No, naturally it is there. We are not identifying it. There are, if we go to any class or school or office, everywhere we see not everyone is highly intelligent, highly skillful. There are some people who are dull like me. There are people. And then we are just calling them as Shudras. Not so complicated language. But when Shudras are, the mentality is when they don't understand, they are scared. Because Shudras, the Kshatriyas, they may treat us badly. So let us just extend this problem to someone. And what they did? They just pushed it on to this new person. But the king, as I said, he's who is he? He is Kshatriya. Shudra is very scared and very straight. He was just to avoid problem, they can say lies. And now, when we talk about Kshatriya knows, he is administrator. He knows he is a leader. What is his task? To get job done. Right? In any, we call a lot of places project manager or some manager. We know how managers do, right? With you, they talk very nicely. So that as long as their work is done, you are a good guy. As soon as you mess up, no, they will not tell because tomorrow I need you. Only when I know that you are waste, then I will start telling, hey, this guy is fit for nothing. Better we change him. So here, what Rahugan was doing is very, very smart. And we should be very careful to understand this. He started saying that, hey, who is this guy? He was just seeing him and he was just telling, he was saying, hey, you appear very fatigued, very tired. You look very tired. Because of what? Because I think you are carrying this palanquin alone. Huh? I think you have been carrying this alone. That's why you are tired. Is that the reason? He very well knows palanquin is carried by 4 people. The way he is talking, that is what is diplomacy here. He is just saying, you appear very fatigued because of carrying this palanquin alone. Not only alone, for long time. Huh? He just got admitted now into the job. And then he says, for very long distance you have been carrying me. I think, is that the reason why you are not able to hold it properly? I think you are very old aged. You are very old. Of course, the reason why these 3 people took him was, he was very young, strong, stout. And now he is saying, my dear friend, you are not so firm, not so strong, not stout. Aren't you fellow carriers cooperating with you? Please tell me. Actually, I know that you are the problem maker, but I'm just telling that, hey, is it that your team is not helping you? Tell me. This is the language of not a right Kshatriya, one who is more into how to diplomatically get work done. And then he said, hey, be careful. If you do like this, you will be punished. That comes when, after telling all this, hey, now please carry. He didn't say already now. He just told. And Rahugan was, after telling this, Jada Bharat, just, okay, all of us, let's go on. What is he telling? Let him tell. That is what is Brahman. Who is a Brahman? Brahman is not behind sarcasm. When king was sarcastically saying so many things too, what did the reaction of Brahman was? Not reacting. He was neglecting. Why? Because he understood what is Brahman. He understood what is actually. Is he telling to me? He is not telling to me, he is telling to this body. One may think, no, this body is mine. No. Usually that's our understanding. Our understanding is, hey, this is body. So as soon as someone is telling you, hey, don't you have manners? Immediately it comes to you. What is this? How dare he tells? Does he know about me? I have, what is your MBBS? I don't know what is it called here. FRCS? All the degree list I have. He doesn't know. And he's saying I am dull and dumb. Don't you feel like that? Obvious, right? Prabhuji? No? If someone is attacking us, if someone is saying, hey, and even though he didn't directly tell, we can understand the language, right? We are experts. We understand what is he telling. Because he doesn't know who is Jada Bharat. The king was just speaking like that. But for Bharat, Jada Bharat, he was saying, hey, whatever you said is right. That is for the body, not for me. For him, no problem. Whatever sarcasm was there, he could just say, hey, ignore it. Why? Because he was saying, hey, all this sarcasm for what? For the body. But what we do is, we are getting so much attached to the body. That's why we start thinking, hey, I can't accept it. How dare he is. Okay, I'm serving him for now, but how can he treat like this? Isn't it? But for Jada Bharat, he was just handling it very nicely. And this is a secret for us if we want to be peaceful. How many of us want peace of mind? And what is the key to the peace is? What is the keys to the peace is? We are not the body. We should go above the understanding of I am only the body. At the moment our understanding is I am body.
What about the mind?
Body, okay, subtle body is also included in it. Mind is also body. Okay. There are two bodies or three bodies. One body is what is made of 5 elements. And then there is subtle body, which is mind, intelligence and false ego. And then there is inside that is actually who I am. That is the soul or spirit, Atma. So, if we understand who we are really, then most of our problems are solved. Who are we? Soul.
Just knowing that is enough, or we do not need to know that we are the part and parcel of the Lord?
At least for a peace of mind, that is enough. For a peace of mind, this is enough because we are not misidentifying. This whole chapter we can talk is all about identity crisis, which we are all going through. But when we understand Jad Bharat, then we understand what is the misunderstanding of this identity. So for Jad Bharat, he was not thinking that, hey, all this is for me. He was not protesting. He was just thinking, okay, this is the job to be done. And he's not rebelling and he's not getting really hurt. Yeah, if you get hurt, then only you will start rebelling, right? Or revenge. Lot of vengeance. Hey, you did something to me. I will see that before I die. I'll make sure that you slapped me. I will slap you before I die. That is my goal. So in this way, when Bharat Maharaj, as I was mentioning, he had no lessons given, he was thinking no previous experience was there for him, and he didn't apply for this that, hey, I'm free, can you give me this job of taking that? No, nothing, he didn't do anything. King words didn't scare him at all. King became very angry now. Why? Because after all, second time it again happened. Did king chastise? He was just using sarcasm, like sarcastically saying, hey, are you a fool? Why don't you do your job? But did he give a training? Did he show how to do? Did he rectify the problem? He was thinking, hey, just if I command, my order itself is enough. Usually our mentality is like, hey, you should already know everything. I just have to tell you. So in this case of, he was very angry now. He became so angry and now reality comes. After all, Kshatriya is also human, right? Doesn't mean Kshatriya means he has come in from heaven. He is still a human. What happened now? Rajogun at its peaks. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. Krodh is coming. And then what happens? He became very angry. Hey, you rascal! No more pleasing words, no more direct attack. He started saying, you rascal, why are you doing this? Are you dead? Are you dead but alive in this body? You're not understanding what I'm saying? Do you know I am your master? I will punish you. I will punish you. This is what the language of a master to the servant. Very normal, right? And then he was saying, I will give you proper treatment that you do the things correctly thereafter. Bechara king doesn't know who is this guy. It was like a diamond covered in dust. He was completely covered. For him, he was not worried. What is this guy saying? He told, and then now the time comes. It's getting closer now. And now King Rahugan was in bodily concept and he was just thinking, due to madness, was chastising Jada Bharat. And in this, he was not even realizing what kind of mistake he is doing. He was just thinking, hey, he is my servant. When he is my servant, I can treat him, mistreat him. Okay. Give him banana. He will divert. So, But Jad Bharat was topmost devotee. Sukadeva Goswami is saying who is he? Mahabhagavat. And then he always was carrying the Lord in his heart. And the verse says that he became the abode of the Lord. He himself is the abode of the Lord, which means one who carries Krishna in his heart, he becomes what? Dham. So Jada Bharat is not ordinary. He was already abode of the Lord. And with that, what is happening here? King Rahugana is just talking like this. And then, dear friends of all living entities, didn't entertain any bodily conception. So, he is saying, now the time has come. Because he is now asking and then he want to tell. Until now, the behavior of Jada Bharat was very hard to understand. And if he doesn't open, it would still stay like that. And the purpose of him opening the mouth and now telling is to enlighten. You were asking the question, right? Prabhu, I don't know your name, sorry.
Gagan Prabhu.
Gagan Prabhu. Now I know. The bucket rice. Didn't come? Okay. So, he was a great devotee, he knows what. And now, a Brahman, the qualities of a Brahman is what? He doesn't speak like a Shudra, he doesn't speak like a Kshatriya, he really speaks like a Brahman. Or here in this case, he was not just Brahman, he was the topmost Brahman. Why? Because he is the topmost devotee, he is a Vaishnava. So the language we can already see, he began to deliver his teachings. Now the time has come. I think this king may need to know what's happening. And this is also we can say when we talk about a Brahman, right? What is the duty of Brahman? To enlighten. And then now the time came. And then these teachings are very, very important for us. In the form of whatever he is enlightening Rahugan, it is very important for us. Why? We have a lot of Rajoguninas. Sometimes we are Kshatriyas, sometimes we are Shudras. There is also Tamasic Gun also in us. So with these instructions of Jada Bharat, we will understand how we should be. Are you ready? I don't know how much time we have. Half an hour? Yeah? He started saying, he started clarifying, he first, I am not the carrier of palanquin. That itself was shock. When Jad Bharat is telling that I am not this carrier, then it already shocked him. Because he started saying, hey Rajan, hey king, you are a hero. Whatever you have said sarcastically was actually truth. And he starts telling, actually these are not simply words of chastisement for the body's carrier. Indeed, whatever you have told, perfect. This is for the body which was carrying. But I am not that body. So simple, right? When next time some chastisement happens, we just have to say, hey, so nice, thank you. Because it's not for me. Because I am not that body. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are telling, all your surprising questions will be asked by Rahugan later. He's talking on our behalf later.
Mahadev is asking if Jad Bharat is angry now or if
No.
sad or anything.
No. He is very calm.
Because he has de-identified himself from the body and mind. So
Yeah, for him, if you will be angry when you are still identifying with the body. Because you are not the body, then no problem. So he said, I am not the carrier of the palanquin, but the body is the carrier. A guy who is in the forest, right, somewhere. How can he speak so great? So he started saying that certainly, as you have hinted, I have not labored carrying the palanquin. That's what he said. Hey, you have not carried palanquin? Yes, I didn't. And then he said, certainly, as you have hinted, I have not labored the carrying the palanquin, for I am detached from the body. You have said that I am not stout and strong, and these words are befitting a person who does not know the distinction between body and soul. Hmm? The body may be fat or thin, but no one says soul is fat or thin, right? So whatever you are saying, hey, you look very old, all these things are for body, not for me. So I am not affected by that. I am neither fat nor skinny, therefore you are correct when you said that I am not very stout. Also, if the object of this journey and the path leading there were mine, there would be many troubles for me. But because they relate not to me but to my body, there is no trouble at all. Very hi-fi, right? Very difficult to understand. Why? Because we can understand better about body. But we are talking about what? About the soul. The nature of matter and spirit are not the same. That is the reason we are not able to understand this so easily. Because our understanding is what? If you slap me, I am feeling pain. This is what Rishabh Prabhu is thinking. Hey, if Sudam Prabhu slaps me, I will feel pain. And he is saying no pain. How can I accept it? No, Prabhu, it's your body, not you. But you will think, hey, but still I am feeling. Still I am feeling. Do we want to know the answer? What? This is the same question Rahugana is asking. And Prabhupada is giving an example. This will come later. Where if someone is sitting in a car is the body and you are the driver or the owner. If you are driver, you are not so concerned. If car will go, if it doesn't work, what happened? But if you are owner, what happens if you are owner? Just imagine some splash of a stone fell on the windshield and it broke. Now, is the driver worried? Now tell me.
No.
Little bit. Owner?
Fully.
Why?
I mean, depends if he has it insured, maybe not.
Okay.
Next year, insurance,
See, so here you are really owner.
I will have a car.
He is calling you.
Now you are too German.
He was always German.
German soul.
Isn't it? So when the more we ourselves identify with the body, the more we start thinking, what is this Abadhuta language? Maybe it's not real, or even if it's real, we cannot understand it. Our problem is what? We are still thinking about body. And Bharat Maharaj is saying further, he is saying, fatness, thinness, bodily and mental distress, thirst, hunger, fear, disagreement, desires for material happiness, old age, sleep, attachment for material possession, anger, lamentation, illusion and identification of the body with the self are all transformations of the material covering of spirit soul. I'll give you the list later. Isn't it? Are we able to now start understanding? He also spoke little. Here there is 2 chapters, he will speak a lot. Right? And then he is saying, a person absorbed in the material bodily conception is affected by these things. But I am free from all bodily conceptions. Consequently, I am neither fat nor skinny nor anything else you have mentioned. Now what is the state of Rahugan? What can he do? Can he do anything? Can he do anything to make him feel, oh, you are suffering, or you have to suffer punishment? Nothing. And then if you say, Prabhupada in the purport is giving, one who is spiritually advanced Deha smriti nahi yara, samsara bandhana, kahan tara. He's saying that one who is spiritually advanced has no connection with body or with bodily actions and reactions. Our understanding is that everything is happening with this body. My hand is moving, my eyes are seeing, I am walking. Everything we are relating with the bodily objects and bodily senses. Huh? And when one comes to understand that he is not the body and therefore is neither fat nor skinny, huh? One attains the topmost form of spiritual realization. When we come to that platform that I am not all these things, then we can understand who I am really. At the moment, because we are still connecting, understanding, relating everything with this body, that's why we still think that I am this body. Or at the max, I am part of the body. Or maximum, okay, knowledge is there, as you said, knowledge wise there is soul, I am soul, there is body. But who am I? Is it the body plus soul or only body? It's very difficult. Why? Because as long as we are experiencing pain, in the case of car, as soon as the car is damaged, we are feeling the pain. What should feel the pain? Car?
The one who is inside.
Now, the one who is inside. But if it is not you, it's not yours, no problem. Right?
So why he is not thinking that if he is stepping on the ants, it is just the body of the ant is dying and he is protected and the soul is protected.
Yeah, very nice. But in the law of karma, what is mentioned? Violence. One should avoid violence. You can do whatever with yourself. How can you handle with other beings?
So there is some higher principle than treating everyone as soul and the
Even
body
you can't even punish yourself, right? One may think, what is it called? Sadism, right? No, is it called sadism to torture oneself? There is one word used. Doctor? Sadism, right? No, sadism is that if I torture you. And feel happy.
sadistic pleasure.
There is one nice word that I feel happy by by punishing myself. Sadism, okay, accepted, right? So it goes further. He's saying it is not possible now, because as we understand, like we are not at that level where we know where we are soul. What should we do? Is there any hope for us? Anyone want any hope? Prabhupada is saying the only hope is by doing what? Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. What will Bhagavatam do when we are now discussing is we are getting this understanding, we are getting this knowledge, and then what will happen? We may not become in day one Bhagavat, but gradually we can elevate ourselves. Prabhupada is writing this, that by spreading the Bhagavat principles we can raise human society to the platform of perfection. When one is not affected by the bodily conception, one can advance the Lord's devotional service. The more we advance, our freedom is more guaranteed. What is freedom? What is freedom?
Breaking from the cycle of birth.
The freedom is to understand I am the body. That's why we are called what? Nitya Baddha. Nitya Baddha means conditioned. We are conditioned in this body. What is real freedom? That when we give up this body. Of course, when we give up this body, we are taking some other body. No. Give up forever. That is what? You're telling, okay. Such persons are concerned with different bodily symptoms, whereas one freed from bodily conception lives without the body, even in the material condition. So, though we are in this world, though we have this body, but we understand that really I am not this body. No problem. That's what we are seeing in the case of Jada Bharat. Though he was in this on this planet, he had a material body, but he understands that he is not that body. It is the soul, his soul. He had no problem. And then he further said, "My dear king, I am telling you something more. For your information, I am self-realized. I know who I am. I know who I am. I am not this body. If you punish, what will happen? There is no value. If you punish, right, there should be some result. Like, I am already realized what I should, what is right, what is not right. This is what he said. My dear king, you are unnecessarily accused me for being dead through alive. Anyway, this is further. And he's saying, I don't have this crisis. I don't have this identity crisis like I am this body. Bodily conception is based on basis for suffering. Actually, no one is master within this material world. Hey, you are thinking you are master? You are thinking you are king? You are thinking I am slave? It's only today. Why? Because this body is temporary. What may happen tomorrow? I am your king. Remember what will happen. Isn't it? Today, this can happen, right? Sometimes in our office. Today I am your manager. Tomorrow what may happen? He may advance. He may become my manager. You don't like it? He started telling. If you still think that you are the king and I am your servant, you should order me and I shall follow your order. If you still think that I am, think that I am your servant, I am happy. I can then say that this differentiation is temporary and it expands only from usage or convention. People are calling you king. People are calling me servant only for knowing, to identify. But this is temporary. They may call me king, they may call you servant. It's only change of convention. Isn't it? There are sometimes, right, some parties. Which party you like? Congress? See, he's a BJP guy. He's thinking BJP is great and he makes him as the king. But you think that, hey, he's such a loafer. Isn't it? Or the other way. He likes Congress and you say, hey, what is this? So it's all what? Perception. What is reality? Neither you are king, neither you are servant. You are nothing except soul. Isn't it? And then he further tells, everyone is being forced by law of material nature. Therefore, no one is master, no one is servant. Very clear statement. For a temporary feeling, if you are king or what does it matter? Tomorrow I am king, what does it matter? Later again, we both are same servants. Sometimes some promotion, sometimes demotion, all these things happen. Right? And if we think that this is all my identity, what will happen? How long? By the time you already start working, they say, hey, now you can go home. Right? Please order me what I can do for you. If you think that, okay, now of course people are calling you are a king and I am servant, I am happy. If you want to give me service, I am. For Jada Bharat, there was no problem not to carry the palanquin. And he is not giving this philosophy to escape. After giving nice brainwash, maybe the king will leave. No. If you still think that I am your servant, I am ready to do it. Why? Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. As long as I am in this material world, I am here. My job is to do what? To go back to God. Mayam etam tarantite. I want to get rid of this Maya. For that, what I have to do? I have to purify myself. Right? I have to always make sure that I am perfect. I have to clean myself so that maybe my karma, whatever is there, I have to serve you. Let me do it. That's okay. So he is not against to, or he doesn't want to escape from the work. And then he said, my dear king, you have said me, hey, you rascal, you dull, crazy fellow, I am going to chastise you, and that you will come to your senses. All these things. You are thinking very proud, and you are thinking. In this regard, let me tell that although I live like a dull, deaf, and dumb, I am actually self-realized person. If you punish a madman, will his madness will be gone?
It might increase.
It can happen anything. It doesn't influence basically. Huh? A madman, just imagine if someone is drinking too much than he can handle, what can happen? Even if you say, hey, you are doing wrong, he say, hey, no reaction. Isn't it? So here, Jada Bharat is saying, what will you gain by punishing me? If your calculation is true and I am madman, then your punishment will be like beating a dead horse. What will happen if a dead horse is beaten?
Absolutely.
Maybe for your satisfaction. Maybe you will be feeling satisfied. But will something happen to this horse? You have a question?
So now Jada Bharat was telling the king,
Yes.
like all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he tell it to his brother, his stepbrothers who were exploiting him?
Very good question. Why did he do all this business? Yeah. Very, very good question. Claps. He really waited for a person who can understand it. Where was he going? Where was King Rahugana was going? So which means he has interest. Whereas all the brothers, what they were interested? Were they interested in Dhyan? No. They were thinking they already have Gnan. They were thinking he is dull. Getting? Oh. Jumping. Yeah. Very nice question. I mean, anyway, this comes later. But you already helped to save some time here. We can go a little faster. Prabhupada writes in his purport that everyone in this material world is working like a madman under certain impression falsely acquired in material condition. For example, a thief who is stealing, why is he stealing? For happiness, isn't it? He is getting money, he is getting comfort, whatever he is feeling happy. So he is continuing to steal until he is caught. After he is caught, he is punished. Will he change? He still thinks, no, this is what is giving me. I learnt it. After all, I know how to cut pockets. Isn't it? I know the way. If I go back again, what will I do? I know jail very well, how to survive in jail, and I know how to survive outside. So what will he do? Any change by punishment? Any change? No. So he is just saying, this is sign of madness. Despite repeated punishment, the thief cannot give up his stealing habit. Therefore, the punishment is useless.
Prabhuji, that when you say that punishment is useless, or before you were saying that if you chastise a man and if he has this conviction that he's not the body, then he will not take the chastisement seriously. So, what is for us to learn here? Because for us, we need to learn something from chastisement, right? We cannot be like, I'm the body. I whatever mistake I'm doing, it's not me.
Yeah. Only when you are in a position to know, then it makes sense for me to tell you. If you are madman, what is the use of telling to you?
Let him suffer.
If you are already mad, what is the purpose of punishing? This is the point here.
So mad here means if I'm already enlightened.
You are already messed up.
But here, Jada Bharat is not really mad, he's enlightened.
Yeah, but he is giving example. The analogy given here is still, if a madman, what is the benefit of a punishment on a madman? No use. And devotees are what? Pagal. Anyway. Devotees are already mad. Anyway. So in that sense, he is saying, hey, whatever whatever you are saying is not applicable for me. I don't care.
But for like pure devotees, like
Yeah.
for us, if someone gives me chastisement, I should try to learn something.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't care.
Right. Whereas the devotee, what does he do? Tattenukampam susamikshamanam bhunjaya evatma kritam vipakam. Tatte anukampam. He is very, very tolerant. A devotee is always tolerant. And then what does he do? While he is tolerant, he is not just sitting. Nahi, hone do. Let the life end. Let that last moment come. No, what does he do? Hridvag vapur vidadam namaste. Jiveta yo mukti pade sadaya bhag. He very well knows that if I am very patiently tolerating whatever disturbances are happening in my life, but along with that I am carrying with my bhakti 100%, then I know that I am a rightful hire to inherit the mercy of the Lord. So Jada Bharat, for him, he was having that understanding. I have to tolerate it, that's okay. Maybe that is part of the thing I have to do. But I will not stop doing devotional service. In the first life, what happened? King. What happened with deer? He stopped. He stopped doing all the regulated life. He gave up everything. But now he understood. No. Whatever you say, okay, but I will not mess up. Yeah. So then it goes. Yeah. From here we can understand very important principle that Brahman, or when we talk about devotee, he doesn't just react like the king or like Shudra, the others. What did he do?
Responded.
He actually has replied. When we write a reply mail, are we just writing whatever rubbish? No. When we are replying, what we do? We think. Right? Here, Jada Bharat has replied. And to reply, we should be in the what? Goodness. When we reply, what will happen? It will destroy whatever the Rajogun, whatever we have, the confusion. Here, what Jada Bharat did was, he has just replied very, very precisely in a very calm manner. Why? Because he is stable. Whereas when we react based on our instincts, what is destroyed? Goodness is destroyed. Whatever good is there, that is destroyed in us, because we become more wild. Because we will Dhyato Vishan Pumsam. I think this is what we were discussing. But we come to a stage where when our desires are not fulfilled, what happens? We will start thinking, hey, I cannot tolerate anymore. Whatever little good we have. In the case of Rahugan, that's what happened. He started trying to settle, it didn't happen. All that goodness is gone. But what in the case of Jada Bharat he did? He has replied based on tolerating. Whatever was nonsense he was telling, he was just tolerating. Whatever. For me, my goal is what? Do bhakti. And if there is something, whatever may come as the will of the Lord, just accept and go. Tatte anukampam susamikshamanam. Whatever the Lord is putting me in situation, tolerate it, practice bhakti, and then it said by right, we are eligible to inherit the mercy of the Lord. We become the higher. Your father has property and you are rightful inherited. It's like that. Sukadev Goswami is saying, oh best of Pandus, Parikshit, the king of Sindhu and Sauvir states, had great faith in discussion of absolute. Where is this guy? Dhruv. Only he asked question and left. So because Jada Bharat can see that this king had that interest, and this king understood, hey, this guy who is telling me all this cannot be an ordinary guy. That is a proof that Jada Bharat could understand the other person, that he can. And then, being thus qualified, he heard from Jada Bharat the philosophical presentations which is approved by all scriptures on the mystic yoga process and which slackens the knot in the heart. His material conception of himself as a king was thus destroyed. Whatever he was thinking, I am king, one brainwash, finish. Nice leaders, huh? And then what happened after that? He immediately descended from his palanquin and fell flat on the ground with his head at the lotus feet of Jada Bharat, in such a way that he might be excused for his insulting words against the great Brahman. Today we are talking about this Shudra, Kshatriya, Brahman. Why? Because it's very, very important for us to understand the importance of great Brahmanas and how careful we should be. We should be very, very careful. For that matter, we should respect everyone. And when it comes to Brahmanas, we should be very careful not to neglect or by mistake also not to commit any disrespect. It's very, very important. Why? Why? Because Maharaj Rahugan attained this perfection of understanding the values. Therefore, he regretted his insulting words. Now he understood who is he. He is not this king anymore. And then he understood that this guy cannot be ordinary. He had jigyasa. That's why he asked. Now he fell at his feet. Very important. The reason why he fell at the feet of Jada Bharat was he was scared. He was very scared. Why he was scared? He will tell in his own words. He is saying, "O Brahman, you appear to be moving in this world very much covered and unknown to others. You are a great Brahman. Who are you? Are you a learned Brahman and saintly person? I see that you are wearing a sacred thread. Are you one of those exalted, liberated saints such as Dattatreya and other highly advanced, learned scholars? May I ask you whose disciple you are?" When we understand who are we, then we start trying to understand who are others' greatness. Where do you live? Why have you come to this place? Is your mission in coming here to do good for us? Until now he was thinking he is a disturbance. Now he is thinking, hey, have you come only for my benefit? Please tell me who you are. Maharaj Rahugan was very anxious to learn the enlightenment from Jada Bharat, but he was very careful. कोई आके कुछ करके जाएगा तो we should not just accept him as guru. That's why he is asking all these questions. Though he understood he is not ordinary, he wanted to really understand who is he. Is he coming from a very nice lineage? He is asking, are you a son of a Bharadwaj? He is asking all this. Or who is your guru? Either what family you are coming from, who is your guru? These are two ways he was asking. As stated in Vedas, Rahugan was accepting Jada Bharat as a guru, but a guru must prove his position not only by wearing a sacred thread, but by advancing knowledge in spiritual life. So, there are two types of families. One according to the dynasty and the other according to the disciplic succession. And Prabhupada writes in the purport that in either way one can be enlightened. If one has a family, Kula Guru, Purohit, but he should be what? He should be learned Brahman. That is what Prabhupada writes in the end. If one wants to receive spiritual knowledge, he must approach a bona fide Brahman Guru, either in the disciplic succession or in a family of learned Brahmanas. So the king is asking, can you please tell me, it appears that you want to bless me, but I would like to know more about you. What is your mission? Why you are here? I think there is a verse which will tell, I think Kapila Muni has come in your form, or he might have sent you. I don't want to go there anymore. I want to just learn everything from you. Please tell me who are you? I am not at all afraid of the thunderbolt of King Indra, nor I am afraid of serpentine, piercing trident of Lord Shiva. I do not care about the punishment of Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, nor I am afraid of fire, scorching sun, moon, wind, nor weapons of Kuvera. Yet I am afraid of offending a Brahman. I am very much afraid of this. This is very clearly. This is what king is saying. Why? Because they have knowledge. They have understood the Shastras. They very well know what is it means. He pointed out very clearly the seriousness of offending Vaishnav here. When we talk, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Rupa Goswami. He was telling how dangerous it is to offend a Vaishnava. We should be very, very careful. It is said that offending a Vaishnava is like mad elephant left freely. What can a mad elephant do in a field? It will trample everything, destroy everything. There is nothing. Whatever that bhakti lata bij or the creeper that is in our heart, that will be trampled. There is no hope. Offending a Brahman is very dangerous, and this was known to Maharaj Rahugan. He therefore frankly admitted his fault. There are many dangerous things: thunderbolt, fire, Yamaraj, punishment of Lord Shiva, and so on. But none is considered as serious as offending Brahman like Jad Bharat. Therefore, Maharaj Rahugan immediately descended from his palanquin, fell before the lotus feet of Brahman Jada Bharat just to be excused. Very, very careful. And then, I'll just speed up. There are only 5 verses. I don't know how much time we need. And then he is saying, my dear sir, it appears that the influence of your great spiritual knowledge is hidden. Actually, you are bereft of all material association and fully absorbed in thought of the Supreme. O great saintly person, you have spoken words approved by yogic process. This is again assuring us the level of Bharat Maharaj. But it is not possible for us to understand what you have said. Therefore, kindly explain it. I will leave the session after the questions that Rahugan asked for us to think those questions to come tomorrow. If that's okay, we need 10 minutes. I don't know if you are late. We want questions or answers. If you want answers, we'll do 2 hours more. For now, questions are enough, I think. He is answer. We'll talk private class. So, everyone ready to make questions for yourself? So here, Srila Prabhupada is saying from here that, everyone may want to have this knowledge, may want to understand this, but some may not have the intelligence or understanding, right? So, people who are going for Harinam, Sankirtan, they know very well, they come across so many people of different kinds. Some are really very devotional, some are hatred of devotion. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that how we have set up ISKCON. He just says, our Krishna consciousness movement has therefore adopted the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra for the general mass. That's why right now we are discussing Bhagavad Katha. It is only because you are all elevated. We would just, if you go this Bhagavad Katha, if you put in the Cologne dome, no, nothing. Very important is Harinam. Why? Because Prabhupada is clearly saying when we do the chanting, then we get the understanding. As most of you are in sadhana group, what is one of the most important rule for it? Japa done. Some people say, hey, I all the time see only japa done. Now you know why. Only when we do japa done, then we can understand Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is mentioning, it's not my words, dear Alexei Prabhu. Adopted the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra for the general mass. When people gradually become purified, they are instructed in the lessons of Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. But usually what we want? We want Gnan. We really want to understand why to chant. What is so miracle in chanting? Only when we really understand. No, it's not possible to understand. It's not possible to understand. We have to do it. Did we understand everything? Then only we did it? No, we did it and then we understood. Isn't it? So it's clear. Prabhupada is saying that I consider you, your good self, the most exalted master of mystic power. You know the spiritual science perfectly well. You are the most exalted of all learned sages. Now be careful why he is telling all this. Why? Because he has committed offense. Now he is at least with some glorification, pleasing, because when we please Vaishnavas and accept our faults, Vaishnavas out of mercy, they will forgive. That is the only means through which we can get rid of Vaishnava aparadha. So you know the spiritual science perfectly, you are the most exalted of all learned sages and you have descended for the benefit of all human society. And that is the reason Lord didn't took him already. You are asking now, why not? When the Lord has arranged such a way that he is passing on the instructions for all of us through this means. You have come to give spiritual knowledge and you are a direct representative of Kapila Dev.
So it means that it is the will of the Lord
Yes.
that comes there then. It is not his Jadabharat's choice then.
Why?
Because you said now, he came until there.
He left, as I said, everything he left it for the will of the Lord. Because he is devotee. A devotee wants to please the Lord in whichever condition, in whichever planet, whether he is in hell or heaven, a devotee always wants to serve the Lord. In this life, next life, that is the business of the Lord. I am therefore asking you, O spiritual master, what is the most secure shelter in this world? And then, is it not a fact that your good self is the direct representative of Kapila Dev? He is again asking this. The incarnation of the Supreme Lord. To examine people and see who is actually a human being and who is not. You have presented yourself to me to be a deaf and dumb person. Are you not moving this way upon the surface of the world? I am very attached to the family life and worldly activities. I am blind to spiritual knowledge. Nonetheless, I am now present before you and I am seeking enlightenment from you. How can I advance in spiritual life? So what is the position of the king?
Servant.
Whatever he was thinking, he understood that he is only disciple. He is accepting him as guru. Why? Because this is what he wants. Usually we also may, in our material, in our activities, we may think, hey, I am father, mother, wife. This is also the questions he will ask anyway. I'll save some time there. Although Maharaj Rahugan was playing the part of a king, he has been informed by Jadabharat that he was not a king, nor was Jadabharat deaf and dumb. Such designations were simply covering of the spirit soul. Everyone must come to this knowledge, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2:13. Dehosmin yata dehe. Everyone is encased within this body. Since the body is never identical with the soul, the bodily activities are simply illusory. In the association of such a sadhu as Jadabharat, Maharaj Rahugana came to the awareness that his activities as a royal authority were simply illusory phenomena. So this is very important to understand the greatness of saintly people. They can open us our vision. Now he is saying, I am fatigued from labor. You have said that I am fatigued from labor. Although the soul is different from body, there is fatigue because of bodily labor. Where is this guy? I think he had this question. He left. Now these are the questions. These are the questions of Rahugan. Are we with it? First thing he is saying, I am not fatigued from labor. This is what he said. Now he is asking, although the soul is different from the body, there is fatigue because of bodily labor. Bodily labor is there, right? So there should be fatigue. And it appears to be the fatigue of the soul because we are feeling it. And can we deny it? He is saying, when you are carrying the palanquin, there is certainly labor for the soul. This is my conjecture. You have also said that the external behavior exhibited between the master and servant is not factual. There is no fact. But although in the phenomenal world it is not factual, the products of phenomenal, the phenomenal means Bhavatik Jagat, where we are living, world can actually affect things, right? When I am thinking that you are king, I am becoming servant. If I don't think you as king, I will not become your servant. So there is still some effect. There is still some effect. As such, even though material activities are impermanent, they cannot be said to be untrue. Whatever you are saying here, just signing it off. No, these are true, right? Now we hear a dog barking, it is true. Isn't it? There is something happening which is true. How can we deny that? How can we simply, this is about Mayavad philosophy. What is that say? Jagam Brahma Satya Jagam Mithya. Prabhupada writes in the purport saying, this is a discussion on impersonal Mayavad philosophy and practical philosophy of Vaishnavas. If we are very careful, if you want to understand Tattva, I will not discuss today, but let's keep it as a question. This is the question, don't we have this? No? We have this or not? When someone is slapping, why are we feeling pain? He continued, my dear sir, you have said that designations like bodily fatness and thinness are not characteristics of the soul. That is incorrect, because designations like pain and pleasure are certainly felt by the soul. You are feeling, na? So what you are saying, I don't know, is it really true? That is incorrect, because you may put a pot of milk and rice within fire, and the milk and rice are automatically heated one after the other, isn't it? If you put on a stove a pot of water, milk and rice, what will happen? It will cook.
First the heat will go to the metal, then from metal to the milk to the rice and to the core of the rice.
Yeah, here is saying it happens, right? So there is an effect. When there is a fire, there is an effect. How can we say there is no effect? Similarly, due to the bodily pains and pleasures, the senses, minds and soul are affected. The mind is affected, the senses are affected, the soul is affected. The soul cannot be completely detached from this conditioning. So soul is part of this whole drama, right? This is what he's asking. My dear sir, you have said that the relationship between the king and the subject or between the master and the slave are not eternal. But although such relationships are temporary, when a person takes the position of a king, his duty is to rule the citizens and punish those who are disobedient to the laws. By punishing them, he teaches the citizens. Someone were asking now, punishment has some power. By punishing them, he teaches the citizens to obey the laws of state. Again, you have said that punishing a person who is deaf and dumb is like chewing the chewed or grinding the pulp. That is to say, there is no benefit in it. However, if one is engaged in his own occupational duty as ordered by the Supreme Lord, he is now saying there is rules and regulations. His sinful activities are certainly diminished. So if you are doing karma, if you are working, if you are doing something, whatever negative is there will be purified. So therefore, if one is engaged in his occupational duty, he benefits because he can vanquish all his sinful activities in this way. Anyone will deny this? No, fact, right? Whole karma philosophy is talking about that. If you do something, then only something happens. And now you are telling nothing happens. Now, to really apply, to really pacify, Jada Bharat now is saying, whatever you have spoken appears to me to be contradictory. Oh, best friend of distressed. If someone says friend, what will you do? You will forgive, right? Hey, oh, best friend of the distressed, I have committed a great offense by insulting you. I was puffed up with false prestige due to possessing the body of king. For this, I have certainly become an offender. Therefore, I pray that you kindly glance at me with your causeless mercy. If you do so, I can be relieved from sinful activities brought about by insulting you. Hmm? So in this connection, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yeah, it's very dangerous. And because king knows very well, he is very careful to get relief from that. And then finally saying, oh my dear Lord, you are the friend of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the friend of all living entities. You are therefore equal to everyone and you are free from bodily conception. Although I have committed an offense by insulting you, I know that there is no loss or gain for you due to my insult. For you anyway it's same. But for me it's a big problem. So please forgive me. You are fixed in your determination, but I have committed an offense. Because of this, even though I may be as strong as Lord Shiva, I shall be vanquished without delay due to my offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnav. Saying this, he is saying what? Please forgive me. So today's session is all about requesting for what we have done to purify, and these questions that he has asked are very, very important in our life, because after all we are practicing bhakti for what? It is possible only when we understand our real identity. And of course, by the mercy of Krishna, in next 3 days we may not attain the perfect stage like Jada Bharat, but as Prabhupada said, through the means of Bhagavatam, what can happen? We can at least be on the path of perfection. So, with that I'll stop here. There is no time for questions, sorry. It's already late. But any questions, carry them for tomorrow, along with the questions that you already have. And let's see the answers, what our Jada Bharat will give tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Sudama Prabhu ji ki Jai.
Yes, Prabhu. I finished on time. Okay. Everyone is seeing time. What is it on time?